Hi guys, welcome! In this video, we'll take a look at all the big changes in the Isle of Dreams episode update for Ragnarok Mobile Eternal Love. The new episode will launch in global server on August 23 and in C server on August 27. Take note that this is just the first update patch for ROM 2.0 Isle of Dreams, and there will be more content added in the coming months. Alright, without further ado, let's begin. First up, we have the launching of the Disney crossover event. The various Disney-themed activities will last until January next year and is exclusive for C server only. This includes a new gacha machine where you can obtain Disney princess costumes, a 30-day sign-in event with lots of freebies, a fireworks show, and a lot more. We'll talk about the details of the Disney Collab event on a separate video, so stay tuned for that. For global server players, you'll still get similar event mechanics but with a different set of rewards. Up next, we have the opening of the beach town of Comodo and the magical Fairytale kingdom. We've already explored this region along with the new monsters, cards, headwear blueprints, and materials that they drop in one of my previous videos. If you haven't watched that yet, I have the video linked down below. Up next, the introduction of Comodo and Fairytale Kingdom also comes with the launch of a new story quest. Adventurers with base level 150 can start the Fantasy Light main quest by accepting the Comodo Island holiday quest in Frontera City. Up next, the much-awaited Gunslinger job class will finally be available. I have talked about the Gunslinger class in my Gunslinger guide series, which I have linked in the description box below. I highly recommend watching this series to learn more about the Gunslinger's skill mechanics and build options that will help in the progression of your Gunslinger character. Do take note that Dorams are temporarily unable to ride the new motorbike mount since it's difficult for them to stretch their tiny legs, but it will be fixed in the future update. Up next, we have the implementation of the Ancient Equipment system for offhand and armor. This new system is designed to help new and returning players catch up with the equipment progress of veteran players. If you want to know the mechanics of obtaining, refining, slotting, enchanting, and decomposing them, please watch my two-part Ancient Equipment series linked in the description box down below. I have also discussed there the advantages and disadvantages of shifting from the old equipment to the new Ancient Equipment to help you decide which ones to aim for. Bear in mind that the furnace melting function for old equipment will only be available for the first 2 months. Up next, a brand new weekly instance called Museum Island will be opened. Adventurers of base level 120 can form a 6-man party and enter the instance by talking to Captain Haki NPC located at the southern port of Comodo Island. It has 3 difficulties, but only the medium or warrior difficulty will be available in this patch. There are 3 MVPs in the dungeon that will grant rewards once you defeat them. You can use fortune coins to obtain additional rewards. Aside from Zenny, you can also have a chance to obtain random pieces of ancient equipment, prehistoric brand, which is the currency for buying ancient equipment, and hearth ash, which is used for repairing, safe refining, and slotting ancient gears. Up next, we have the new exploration and growth system called Cloudsea Archipelago. You can access the single-player map after completing the Comodo storyline quest and entering the northern portal from Dream City. In this dreamy fairytale kingdom, you'll get to complete quests from the inhabitants of this world so that they can eventually become your partners. Completing the partner quest will increase the bond and grant exclusive attribute bonuses in the Fantasy Island area. Unlocking partners will also open the corresponding building function. You can upgrade the building by donating materials, which will grant different effect bonuses and rewards such as new furniture, headwear, costume, and mount. Up next, another major change happening is the account data sharing of base currency. This means that all characters under the same account will have their Zenny and BCC merged, so all characters can earn and use the shared currency. In addition, all Big Cat credit card points and records will be merged, including their reward limit and freeze limit. Up next, aside from the base currency, the combat time will be account shared as well. This means any character can acquire and consume the account combat time. The account combat time is not affected by the number of characters in your account, but the characters' levels. If any character in the account has reached base level 160 or higher, the daily account combat time will be 450 minutes, and the accumulated combat time will be limited to 1,350 minutes. But if all characters in the account are lower than base level 160, the daily account combat time will only be 300 minutes, and the accumulated combat time will be limited to 900 minutes. You can still get additional combat time from listening to music, and it will now grant 3 minutes of combat time for every 1 minute of music. So you can get a maximum of 90 minutes combat time from 30 minutes of listening to music. Meanwhile, the combat time from the Wyvern Kaguya Dream Echo buff remains the same, so you still need to listen to music for 20 minutes to get the full 90 minutes combat time from music. The combat time earned from Mentor's Potion is still 30 minutes each with an account limit of 6 per day, so you can get a maximum of 180 minutes combat time from consuming 6 Mentor Potions daily. All in all, players who reach level 160 or above can have a total of 720 minutes of green combat time daily, while players below 160 can have a total of 570 minutes of green combat time daily. The yellow fatigue time has also been adjusted from 90 to 150 minutes per account. With Meteoric Chain, you will need to farm for 3 hours to consume all 720 minutes of green combat time daily. It's highly advised that you use up all your combat time before the maintenance patch, since only the combat time after server reset will be retained. So you will only have a maximum of 450 minutes of daily combat time after maintenance. Up next, we have the addition of 2 new Revenant or Undead MVPs which can be summoned in the field or in Niflheim Purgatory. First is Revenant Orc Lord, which is of Undead element, formless race, and large size. The Dead Orc Lord card is a headwear card that increases damage to demi-human by 5% and demi-human damage reduction by 5%. In addition, it grants plus 5% damage to demi-human if your HP is more than 50%, while it reduces the demi-human damage you receive by 5% if your HP is below 50%. As for the headwear blueprint it drops, we have the Ancestral War Pattern face item, which increases damage to demi-human by 5% and an additional 1% for every refined level. So a plus 15 refinement, it grants a total of 20% damage to demi-human race. The second one is Revenant Dark Lord, which is of Undead element, demon race, and large size. The Dead Dark Lord card is an accessory card that grants plus 5% MP and a 100% chance of reducing the target's M damage reduction by 3% for 5 seconds when attacking the target. As for the headwear blueprint it drops, we have the Underworld Messenger tail item, which increases your final damage by 10% to targets with less than 30% HP. And when refined to plus 10, it will increase your final damage by 10% to targets with less than 60% HP. Up next, we have the following changes related to cards. First, the addition of the fusion of Orc Lord Star card and Dark Lord Star card in the craft function of King Pouring. Second, the ROM 2.0 normal monster cards will be added to the card Dash Upon machine. Third, the ROM 2.0 mini and MVP boss monster cards will be included in the combined fate function of King Pouring. And fourth, the effect of Kobold Leader card will be changed from melee single target skill has 5% lifesteal to target locking physical damage skills have a HP regen effect of 5% of the damage cost. This means that range target locking skills will now also benefit from the lifesteal effect. Up next, we have the addition of 5 new pets. First is Baby Fur Seal, which is a 1-star pet that can be captured in the field using Sweet Dream Pinktail Fish. Second is a Nigel Bird, which is another 1-star pet that can be captured in the field using Walking Stick. Third is Saroma, which is a 2-star pet obtained by fusing Savage Babe and Small Saroma. Fourth is Flute Player, which is another 2-star pet obtained by fusing Isis, Lantern Fisherman, and Mimi Monster. Fifth and last is Drake, which is a 3-star pet obtained by fusing Tomb Zombie, Jack, and Baby Fur Seal. It has a skill which can change the enemy size to large for 10 seconds, which is perfect for boss hunts. In addition, it has 90% damage and magic damage reduction, which ensures that it will survive longer during battles. Up next, we have 2 new pet adventure maps for Comodo where you can get the new materials, cards, and headwear blueprints. Up next, the 3rd season of the Holy Ground War Tournament mode will be held between September 6 to 12. The top 32 teams can get the new special skill effects. Up next, we have some quality of life and user interface optimizations. First, the UI of item details and equipment functions, such as refining and synthesizing, have been redesigned to a grayer look. Second, the UI of Contact Shop and Barber Shop has been optimized, wherein both functions have been merged into one NPC. You will now only need to unlock the contact lens pattern, and all colors of the same pattern will be unlocked automatically. If you have already unlocked a contact lens pattern, all color variants will be unlocked. The contacts voucher will now only include the pattern Unlock Gift Boxes. In addition, you will no longer need to consume dye stuffs when changing hair colors. Third, the Fantasy Generator 1 machine has an added function of Recycle Headwear. That means you can now recycle any headwear obtained from this machine, even those from the previous Headwear Gacha series, into blue tickets. Fourth, adventurers with base level lower than 80 will now be able to obtain 3 times base level rewards upon completing the Monster Lab EXP mode. Fifth, the 2.5D angle will now be available in guild battle maps. And sixth, there's no longer a purchase limit for Plateau Wood and 9 World Rough Stone. And lastly, we have the recharge related updates. First is a new version of Adventure Log where you can unlock tons of rewards by completing the assistant task. Here is the list of rewards you can obtain from each tier. Do take note that you can obtain the rewards until November 5 only. Second, the double recharge reward will be reset. This means that the first top up for each tier of the BCC purchase will grant double the recharge BCC. Third, the Isle of Dreams episode premium card will be available for purchase. It can be used to obtain the Pouring Wish God exclusive tail headwear, the new greed chest where you can get Comodo rare mats, and the following items. Do take note that only the first free cards are available at a discounted rate, and the maximum purchase limit is 10 times. Fourth, there's no longer a purchase limit for the monthly premium card. And lastly, we have the addition of the Time Observer box in the BCC store. It costs 6 BCC and has a weekly purchase limit of 20 times. Opening it will let you choose between the Wasteland Material Gift Pack or the Blooming Land Material Gift Pack. You can also purchase the Time Observer box from the Event Merchant NPC in Frontera for 500,000 Zenny with a weekly purchase limit of 5 times. Alright, so far I've gone through all the changes coming in the Isle of Dreams episode update of Ragnarok Mobile Eternal Love version 2.0. You can check the links below for the full text patch notes and a download link to the game client. Do take note that you need to re-update your complete client through the App Store, TapTap, or Google Play to be able to log in the game after this maintenance. There will be an additional update benefit wherein we can get extra rewards upon completion of the mission board quest for the first time daily. For the first week, the rewards are 1 Adventurer Coin, 2 Svartalf Elf Dust, and 4 Svartalf Normal Dust. And then for the second week, the rewards are 1 Adventurer Coin, 4 Extract Light Crystal, and free Praying Card. Alright, that's it for this video guys. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed watching this guide. If you're new here, I would love for you to consider subscribing by hitting the red subscribe button down below. I would love to have you back. Thank you for watching and see you in our next episode.